In the heart of a bustling city, there was a quaint, old park where children played, and families picnicked under the shade of ancient oak trees. The park's centerpiece was a beautiful, ornate carousel, unlike any other. Its wooden animals were carved with intricate detail, and its music seemed to carry the whispers of countless stories. This magical carousel had a secret that only a few lucky souls had discovered. Sophie, a bright and adventurous girl with a mane of curly red hair, visited the park every Saturday with her grandmother. Sophie adored the carousel and would spend hours riding on the painted horses, imagining herself in far-off lands. One sunny afternoon, as Sophie mounted her favorite horse, a majestic white stallion with a golden mane, she noticed something peculiar. There was a small, glimmering keyhole on the horse's saddle that she had never seen before. Curiosity piqued, Sophie decided to investigate. She slipped off the horse and began to search the area around the carousel. Near the ticket booth, she found a rusty, old key hidden beneath a pile of fallen leaves. Heart pounding with excitement, Sophie ran back to the carousel and inserted the key into the keyhole. With a soft click, the carousel began to spin faster and faster until everything around her became a blur. When the carousel finally stopped, Sophie found herself in a different world altogether. The park was gone, replaced by a lush, vibrant forest filled with the sounds of exotic birds and the rustling of leaves. The carousel animals had come to life, and the once stationary stallion now stood proudly beside her, ready for adventure. "Welcome, Sophie," the stallion said in a gentle yet powerful voice. "I am Alaric, guardian of this enchanted land. You have unlocked the portal to our world, and we need your help." Sophie could hardly believe her ears. She nodded eagerly, ready for whatever challenge lay ahead. Alaric explained that the enchanted forest was in peril. An evil sorceress named Morgath had stolen the heart of the forest, a magical gem that sustained all life in their world. Without it, the forest would wither and die. Determined to save the enchanted forest, Sophie and Alaric set off on their quest. Their first destination was the Whispering Woods, where they sought the guidance of an ancient owl named Alaric. Alaric, wise and knowledgeable, told them that Morgath's lair was hidden deep within the Forbidden Mountains. To reach it, they needed to gather 3 magical items: the Cloak of Invisibility from the Crystal Caves, the Shield of Courage from the Valley of Giants, and the Amulet of Truth from the Mystic Lake. Their journey began in the Crystal Caves, a dazzling labyrinth of shimmering crystals. With the help of a friendly bat named Echo, Sophie and Alaric navigated the maze and found the Cloak of Invisibility guarded by a crystal golem. Using her wit and bravery, Sophie outsmarted the golem and secured the cloak. Next, they traveled to the Valley of Giants, where towering stone giants roamed. Sophie and Alaric befriended a gentle giant named Brindle, who led them to the Shield of Courage. To earn it, Sophie had to face her greatest fears in a trial of bravery. With Alaric's support, she emerged victorious and claimed the shield. Their final stop was the Mystic Lake, a serene body of water that reflected the stars even in daylight. The Amulet of Truth lay at the lake's bottom, guarded by a wise old turtle named Marlowe. Marlowe tested Sophie's honesty and integrity before granting her the amulet. Armed with the 3 magical items, Sophie and Alaric made their way to Morgath's lair in the Forbidden Mountains. The sorceress's dark fortress loomed ahead, surrounded by ominous clouds and guarded by fierce creatures. Using the Cloak of Invisibility, they sneaked past the guards and entered the fortress. Inside, they confronted Morgath, who wielded dark magic with terrifying power. With the Shield of Courage, Sophie deflected Morgath's attacks, and the Amulet of Truth revealed the sorceress's true form, a lonely, misunderstood woman who had turned to darkness out of despair. Sophie spoke to Morgath with compassion, offering her a chance to redeem herself. Touched by Sophie's kindness, Morgath relinquished the heart of the forest and promised to use her powers for good. With the heart of the forest restored, the enchanted forest flourished once more. Sophie and Alaric returned to the carousel, where the magical animals bid her farewell. As the carousel spun back to the familiar park, Sophie knew her adventures in the enchanted land would always remain a cherished memory. From that day on, Sophie visited the carousel with a knowing smile, her heart forever linked to the magical world she had saved. And though she never spoke of her extraordinary journey, she carried its lessons of bravery, kindness, and the power of a pure heart with her always.